Good morning, students. Previous video we have discussed the tangential acceleration, degrees and radians. In that video, I have told you to do some of the homework. Example 2.39, and I told you to write the tangential acceleration derivation. I believe that you all did your homework well. Then today we are going to have a new topic, that is what? In circular motion there is two types, uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. In that word it is there, uniform circular motion, non-uniform circular motion. The circular motion, when it will be uniform, how we can say it is non-uniform? So here I wrote some difference. You can note it down in your notebook. In textbook it is not given in point wise. This 2 point is enough for you to differentiate this uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. So you can see this uniform acceleration. It covers equal distance in the circumference of the circle in equal intervals of time. It covers equal distance on the circumference of the circle in equal interval of time. Suppose, assume that this is a circle. One particle is moving. So, the particle is moving started from here when time t equal to 0. This particle is shifted to another position. Now time t is equal to 1 second. Now the particle is shifted to another position. T is equal to 2 seconds. Now the particle is shifted to another position. Now t is equal to 3 seconds. So started from here, every 1 second it is covering the same distance. If the object is covering the same distance at same interval of time, for example, this is 2 meter, here 2 meter, here also 2 meter. So every 2 meter distance in a circle which covers, it takes what? 1 second time. So equal distance covered with equal intervals of time. That is what first difference. And the second difference is, you see, velocity is always changing but speed remains same. How? Velocity is always changing but speed remains same. So you see, I will show you how the velocity is changing. Before, you have studied about the vector quantity and the scalar quantity. So velocity means what? Vector quantity. Speed means scalar quantity. So velocity means what it has? It has direction. Speed means what? Only magnitude. So suppose, assume that a particle which is moving in a circular motion, here velocity v1, here velocity v2, here v3, here v4. So you see, velocity during the circular motion is showing what? Different direction. That is what velocity is always changing. That is what velocity is always changing. It is showing what? Different direction. The arrow mark shows this direction, here this direction, here this direction. So whenever an object is rotating, at each position if you are taking, the velocity is changing but the speed remains constant. Speed remains constant means what? The magnitude. This magnitude remains same. It is what velocity is changing. Velocity is showing what different direction, speed remains same. The same you can differentiate the non-uniform acceleration. What you can differentiate non-uniform acceleration? Velocity changes both speed and the direction. It means what? Here it covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, but a non-uniform acceleration, it is not possible to cover equal distance in equal intervals of time. So that what will happen to the velocity? Velocity changes both speed and direction. Direction is already changed. Both speed and direction means what? Its magnitude also will change. Maybe to cover this much distance, it will take 2 seconds. For example, you see this position velocity, this position this direction, this position this direction, here this direction. So velocity V1, V2, V3, V4. Velocity is already changing. Speed is also changing. Speed changing means what? Maybe for this much distance it takes 2 seconds. This much distance maybe 1 second. This much distance maybe 3 seconds. This much distance maybe 4 seconds. So every at each position R1, R2, R3, R4. This is what at each position what is changing? Velocity changes both speed and direction. Both the magnitude and the direction is changing. That is what we are saying. Non-uniform what are? Acceleration. Non-uniform circular motion. This topic is what are? Uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Okay? Uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. In that first one is what? Velocity changes both speed and direction, and here speed of the object in circular motion is not constant. That's what I told you before. Maybe to cover this much distance 2 seconds it will take. To cover another this distance maybe it took 1 second. To cover this much distance maybe it will take 3 seconds. To cover another distance maybe it take what? 4 seconds. So that is what the speed of the object in circular motion is not constant. So this is what the differentiate. This is how you can differentiate this uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. In page number 91 and 92 you can see this definition: uniform circular motion and non-uniform circular motion. Next thing is on very important question: centripetal acceleration. One small derivation is there. Centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. First, we have to know what is this centripetal acceleration. So you see, assume that you have we all have this practice by taking a rope, tying a stone at the end of the rope. Then what we will do? We will just scale around it. We will just rotate it. When we rotate this this rope, you can see the stone which is moving in circular motion. So this all, when we are in child and all, we used to do this thing. So when we rotate, we can see the stone which is moving in circular motion. Suddenly, if you stop, what will happen? What will happen? You are rotating very fast. You can see circular motion, it is rotating. Suddenly, when you stop, you can see the stone which falls on your hand. So this is your center, this is your axis of rotation. From this axis of rotation, you are rotating this rope with a stone. Suddenly when you stop, you can see the object, the stone which falls on your hand. Why it is happening? Why it is happening? So the reason is there is a centripetal acceleration which is acting inward. This is the reason. Every object, all the object which is moving in circular motion, always there is an inward force. Because of this inward force, because of this inward acceleration, or we can tell what acceleration which is acting towards the center. Acceleration which is acting towards the center of circle. This acceleration is called the centripetal acceleration. So remember that whenever a rotating object, there is a what acceleration which is acting inward. So like this, acceleration inward. Always there is an acceleration inward. This acceleration only we are saying what centripetal acceleration. And here always what will be there? Linear velocity and the tangential acceleration. Okay, whenever an object rotates what inward, there will be what centripetal acceleration. Here what will be there? Tangential acceleration, and this is linear velocity v2, v1, v3, and here what tangential acceleration, inward centripetal acceleration. So this is what from our daily example we can tell. Again remember, take a stone, tie it in a rope, just rotate it very fast. You can see the stone which is fall on your hand. The reason is what? There is an acceleration towards the center of circle. This is your center of circle. This is the axis of rotation. That's what this stone falls on your hand, because there is an acceleration which is acting towards the center of circle. That is what the centripetal acceleration. So next one, small derivation is there. For that we can take some geometric representation. Geometric representation means, assume that on object one particle which is moving in circular motion. Now you see, this is a position R1 and this is the position of the object, we can tell R2. So the position is shifting. The position is shifting from what? One place to another place, and making an angle what? Theta. Now when this position changes here, what again theta will come here, the position R3. So every time the position is shifted through a small angle theta with what? With a small time. So every time the time wheels are what? Changing. In each delta t time, this position is shifting and it is making an angle what? Theta. Now you see, here there is a velocity v of you can keep. Here also there is a tangential velocity. To draw neatly, tangential velocity v2. If we are taking a geometric representation for this position and for this velocity, we will get what? A diagram like this. This is R1, this is R2, and arrow mark is like this. Now the resultant vector, the resultant position vector is what? This is delta R, you can keep. Here theta. Here what? Theta. Now the same you have to take it for the velocity also. First you have to take the geometric representation for this position vector R1 and R2. So that is what I have taken, and this is what the resultant. So you can write delta R is equal to what? You can write R2 minus R1. In the same you can take, you see, V2. This is what? V1, this is V2. So like this, V1 resultant. Like this, look up. Okay. So this is delta V. This is what delta V, and you can write delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. Why you can write this? Because this is what we can write R is equal to R1 equal to R2, V is equal to V1 equal to V2, because what it shows uniform circular motion. So from this you can take a relationship of first thing. So you see, when the particle moves from R1 to R2, the displacement, when the particle moves from R1 to R2, you see, particle is at the position R1, now it moves to R2. So you can write the displacement. What you can write now? Delta R equal to R2 minus R1. The same thing, the change in velocity from V1 to V2. You see, velocity is changing from V1 to V2. So you can write what? Delta V is equal to V2 minus V1. Now you have to take our basic relation. What is the basic relation? Angular displacement of theta equal to S by R. Here S means what? Displacement. R means radius. Now from this geometry we have to take. These two geometry we have to take. Here displacement is what? Delta R. So theta equal to delta R by R. Now this is what equation for this geometrical representation. Now for this geometrical representation, here displacement is what? Delta V. Delta V by what? V. Delta V by V. Now you see, here the velocity indicating opposite direction, so you have to use a minus here. So what is this minus symbol indicator? Velocity in inverted direction, opposite direction, so we are using what? A negative sign. Now what you have to do means, you have to take this equation 1. Now write this equation with respect to time. Write this equation with respect to time. So how you will write now? Write equation 1 with respect to time. So how it will change? Delta R by delta T. That must be into 1 by R. These are 1 by R equal to minus delta V by delta T into 1 by V. This V. Now what is this delta R by delta T? Delta R means what? Delta R means what? Change in position vector. You see, this is R1, this is R2. This delta R means what? Change in position vector, that is equal to the displacement. So delta R means what? Displacement. So displacement by time is what? Displacement by time is velocity. This delta R means what? Delta R means what? Change in position vector. This is a position vector R1 and R2. Its change in position vector is what? Delta R, which is equal to what? Displacement. So what you can write? Delta R by delta T. That is what? Displacement by time. You can write V into what? 1 by R. So you can write what? Here also same minus delta V by T. Delta V means what? Change in velocity by time. Change in velocity by time means what will happen? Change in velocity by time, what you can write? Acceleration. What is the change in velocity by time? Acceleration. So A into 1 by V. So you can write this equation V by R equal to minus A by B. Now take this A by B this side, it will come, minus becomes what? Plus, this term becomes another side, so V by R. V by R. Now cross multiply this, A is equal to V into V by R. So A is equal to minus symbol. So what will come? A is equal to minus V by R. This is centrifugal acceleration relation. Okay. So first you write this basic equation. Angular displacement is equal to S by R. Now this displacement, arc distance. S means what? Arc distance. Here arc distance is what? This geometric representation delta R. It is what? Delta R. Now for this geometric representation, arc distance is what? Delta V. Now you can write this equation with respect to time. Okay? We know that divided by delta T we are putting, then what? Delta R by delta T becomes what? V. How? Delta R means what? It is change in position vector which is equal to the displacement. So V by R. And here minus is there, it indicates what? The velocity in opposite direction. So delta V by delta T. What is that delta V? Change in velocity by time. So that is acceleration. So 1 by V. Then V by R minus A by V. Then what we are taking? Changing. So A by V will go that side and V by R will on this side. Then what? Cross multiplication. V into V, V square. V square. V into V, V square by R. Okay. Next so you can see page number 92, centripetal 91 and 92, centripetal acceleration. This is one of the important derivation. So you have to practice this. Now the last thing in this unit, last part in this unit is kinematic equation for circular motion. We all know that kinematic equation, for kinematic equation. What are the four kinematic linear equations for linear motion? Linear motion what are? First equation is V equal to U plus AT. Second equation is what? The second equation is what are? S is equal to UT plus half AT square. This is what? Kinematic equation in linear motion. Now we are going to study kinematic equation in what? Circular motion. Third one is what? What is the equation? V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Now the fourth linear motion equation is what? S is equal to U plus V by 2 into T. So this is what? The four equation. This is for linear motion. Now I am going to write this for circular motion. Circular motion. So V velocity. Here linear velocity, there what are? Angular velocity. What are? Omega. And here what are? U. U also what are? Velocity only. What are? Final velocity, initial velocity. So you can use omega 0 plus acceleration. Here linear acceleration. Here what are? Angular acceleration alpha. Then T. And second equation, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. S means what? displacement, linear displacement. In circular motion, angular displacement of theta equal to u means omega 0. Then what are t time? Then what are ut? So omega 0 t plus half acceleration, linear acceleration. Here what angular acceleration? Alpha t square. Now third equation. V square, V means what? Velocity, linear velocity. So here angular velocity omega square equal to u square omega 0 square plus 2 a. A means here angular, circular motion what? Angular acceleration alpha. Then displacement. What are displacement here? Linear displacement s, and here what will come? Theta. Now the last equation is s is equal to u plus v into t by 2. So s theta, u means omega 0 plus v omega by what? 2 into t. So this is what a kinematic equation in circular motion. It is very important 2-mark question you have to learn. So nothing, very simple. You all know this formula. Instead of v you have to write what? Omega. Instead of u you have to write what? Omega 0. A means linear acceleration. Alpha means what? Angular acceleration. And here what? All remaining all. Yes. S means what you can write in circular motion? Theta. S means linear displacement. Theta means what? Angular displacement. You can see in page number 94 this kinematic equation for linear motion and angular motion, which is very important. And you can see the page number 99 and 100. There are so many short answer and long answer question which we have already gone through this whole topic. So all of you take your notebook, and this is your homework for tomorrow. Page number 99 and 100. In 100 explain in detail the triangle law of addition. Discuss the properties of scalar and vector, then kinematic equation derivation, then falling vertically projectile motion equation. This all 7 questions. This you have to take a notebook and practice this all. Practice means what? Just once you write all these questions in your notebook by studying, so it will be easy for you. And we will see you tomorrow from what? We'll start our third unit. Bye bye. Thank you.